Friends, the issue is education amongst tribes. I have already made it clear that this term tribe, it's a colonial construct, but we have to discuss because it is there in your constitution, Article 366(25) and Article 342(1). Last week we had two news. One was in Morning Standard, sister concern of Indian Express, and another was in the Tribune. I was waiting that other newspapers may cover, but nothing happened. And even this news that came in Tribune on 1st of June, it particularly relates to scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, while the other one, it was about education in general. Like you had in the Morning Standard of 31st of May, the caption is 11 states account for 85% of school dropouts. 11 states, and that total number is 30 lakh class 10 students. The report says also that 35 lakh students of class 10 are not proceeding to class 11, 27.5 lakh students fail, and 7.5 lakh students don't appear for the exam. And if you remember that there are about 6 crore children who have never been to school, then what is the state of affair of education in our country? And before that, in Hindu, a week before, on 25th of May, there was an article, 1 in 7 Indian primary schools run by a lone teacher, single teacher schools. There is nothing new about it, but the report that we have of Tribune, it is more shocking. Even in the Hindu, when you say single teacher schools, obviously these are mostly in the remote areas, taking care of inverted commas of our tribal people. This news in Tribune, it states that science not popular among SC/ST pupils. The study conducted by Union Education Ministry. I just do not understand what Education Ministry is doing and why there are no inputs from the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. The irony of our system is, but before that, let me tell you that when we talk about development, whether it is tribals or others, particularly to tribals, I just mean health, including nutrition, education, employment, and environment. So, education has to be that serious. And when we talk about education in India, we are just talking about literacy. We know every year ASER report is there. 5th class students cannot read 2nd class books. Even I had a survey, the report in Hindu, it is about Jharkhand. I also had a study in Giridih, and it was published in Manav in 2015. That I took a survey of 8th class students. All of them were Santals, and total 36 students were there, and only 9 could correctly write alphabets from 1 to 15 in Devanagari and Roman. So it's not a question of arithmetic, it's a question of just language. Only 9 means 25% could write correctly 1 to 15 in Devanagari and in Roman. But question is it hidden? Everybody knows about. Almost 1.5 decades ago we had right to education, and we are only evaluating. I just do not understand what the government does of these reports. why all these reports do not suggest measures, and also how those measures can be implemented. This is just an eyewash. This report in Tribune, conducted by Union Education Ministry, states that 37% of the SC students and 30% of the ST students opted for science against an overall percentage of 47. Around 48% of SC students and 57.3% ST students pupils chose humanities. We know what is the state of education in the tribal areas. And I wonder how come even these many people they chose science. Humanities is their compulsion because they cannot adapt to the system of education of English and mathematics and science. But the major question here is not that why they are performing poor. Why nobody raises the question of our education system itself? Do you think that these people from the lower rungs of society, they are incompetent? They are not capable of doing anything? Why their qualities and their virtues are not given place in our system of education? Why they have to mug up compulsorily in the languages which are alien to them? Even if you have right to education, where is the education in their language at primary level? Why have not we raised questions about the jobs for teachers who can teach in their language? Why we have not raised the issue that why they do not have proper nutrition for having proper education? Why we do not raise the issue of where is the employment for them even if they have education? We always cry about majority and minority, and that is all. Our concerns about tribals, the way they are, I don't expect anything from the state. But the civil society, particularly the anthropologists, have been saying that anthropologists should adopt the communities. And if you cannot, then let the communities adopt you. You offer yourself to the communities so that they adopt you and they learn from you. Forget about your jobs. You are not going to lose your jobs if you do that way. You are earning because of them. You did research on them and you got job, and thereafter you forgot. And this is what everybody does in politics also. Education is a serious business. Health is a serious business. Nutrition is a serious business. Unless these are there, forget about employment. I am very sure you will be least concerned about environment. But then, unless the environment is protected, think about where will be your next or next or next or next generation suffering from all the ailments that result from degradation of environment and consequent diseases. Please think. Thank you.